Most men will die invisible, not because they lacked potential, but because they lacked discipline. Every time your hand reaches for that glowing screen, hoping for a message from her, you lose. You confirm to the universe that you are still a slave. Not to a woman, not to love, but to your own weakness. You think you're waiting for a text. You're not. You're waiting for validation. You're begging to be chosen. You've become the prey, soft, distracted, predictable. And the world, as it always does, hunts the weak. Context and purpose, the battlefield of life. This isn't about relationships. This is about war. The war for your mind. The war for your time. The war for your soul. Understand this. Every second you obsess over her attention, you surrender territory in the battlefield of self. The enemy doesn't always wear armor. Sometimes it looks like a text bubble with 3 dots, waiting, taunting you. And every time you look, every time you break your focus, the enemy wins. Nature punishes the unprepared. Society devours the soft. If you will not harden yourself, the world will harden you by force. This video is not for men who want to feel better. It's for men who want to become better. So if you're still hoping I'll tell you what she feels, what she meant, what she wants, close this tab. This is not therapy. This is training. And the first thing we cut from your arsenal is your need for her approval. Step 1. Reclaim the throne. Rule your inner court. Your mind is your kingdom. And right now, you've given the throne away. You let dopamine rule. You let lust rule. You let anxiety rule. You are a king who opens the gates for invaders and then wonders why the palace is burning. When Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events," he wasn't making a suggestion. He was issuing a command. He was reminding you, you were born with sovereignty over your inner court. Every time you check your phone like a starving animal, you prove you've abdicated that throne. The algorithm isn't the problem. She isn't the problem. You are, because you let the phone become your leash. You let her message become your master. You turned a tool into a god. And now you, kneel, stand up. Reclaim the throne. When the itch to check your phone hits, that is not a moment to indulge. That is a moment to fight. The battlefield is inside you, and you must become brutal enough to win there first. Step 2. Silence the noise. Build a wall of focus. Distraction is death. Not the dramatic kind, but the slow rot of excellence that never happened. Seneca warned that life is long if you know how to use it. You don't know how to use it. You bleed time into apps, into messages, into fantasies of what might happen if she just ... replied. You say you don't have time to build, but you have time to wait for her message, to reread the last thing she sent like it's scripted. No, you don't lack time, you lack will. And without will, you're a feather in the wind, light, fragile, directionless. Build the wall. Construct rituals that protect your mind. Morning is for silence, not screens. Work is for creation, not consumption. Night is for reflection, not stimulation. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting what you already have. And that starts by putting the phone down, not just physically, but psychologically. Detach, withdraw your craving, and watch your power return. Step 3. Convert loneliness into power. Here's the bitter truth. The reason you re-hooked on that notification dopamine is because you're re-afraid of silence. You're afraid of your own company. You're afraid to sit in the stillness and hear what your mind actually has to say. Good. That fear is the door. Walk through it. Stoicism isn't about never feeling anything. It's about dominating what you feel so that emotion never dominates you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Right now, you are not free. You are chained to a phantom, her presence in your mind, her imagined response, her absence. None of it is real. But the chain is, so break it. Sit in the quiet. Let the loneliness burn. Use it. Transmute it into hunger. Not for her, but for growth, for purpose, for excellence. The forge of solitude builds warriors. If you cannot stand alone, you will never stand at all. Step 4. Embrace voluntary hardship. Reject the easy path. You want to be free of this addiction. Then stop seeking comfort. Every time you indulge weakness, it gets stronger. Every time you seek ease, you soften. And soft men break. Stoics practiced hardship on purpose, fasting, cold, discomfort. Why? Because they understood a fundamental law of reality. If you bleed in training, you don't die in battle. Your addiction to a message, your addiction to attention, it's the result of never having been tested. You've built no muscle for resistance. You've never said no to pleasure long enough to realize that pleasure is a prison, so start now, fast. Train, read, meditate in silence. Do the things that rip your excuses from your spine and leave you standing alone with nothing but will. Because that will, that is the sword, that is the weapon, and without it, you are nothing. Step 5. Kill the fantasy. See the world as it is. You don't love her. You love the idea of being wanted. You love the high of anticipation. You love the fantasy. Crush it. See things as they are, not as you wish them to be. This is what the Stoics called objective judgment. It is the skill of kings, It is the clarity of warriors. It is the death of illusion. Maybe she's ignoring you. Maybe she's bred. Maybe she's just not interested. Good, now you are free. Because the truth, no matter how brutal, is always more useful than a lie. When you kill the fantasy, you become dangerous. Because now your actions are rooted in what is, not what could be. You stop waiting. You start building. And the man who builds, the man who acts while others wait, is the man the world cannot ignore. Check your phone again, and you fail the test. This world does not reward the distracted. It rewards the focused. It rewards the unshakable. It rewards the few who can stand alone in the fire and smile. The message you've been waiting for is never coming. But the man you could become, he's waiting on you. Not tomorrow. Not when she replies. Now shut it down. Hit like, subscribe, and then get back to work. Your life depends on it, because in the end, it's not about her, it's about you. And the war you're either winning or losing, choose.